Hello, my name is Franklin and welcome to my channel. Today we have a Caterpillar 416F backhoe, and the customer says that it will not crank and will not start. So we're going to check it out and see what's wrong with it and fix it. Okay, customer says no crank, no start. I have my keys here. You can buy a set of the keys like this with almost all the keys for most of the machines for around 70 bucks on Amazon. There's a cheaper set for around 39 bucks, which has less keys. And you can also buy them individually for 5 bucks a piece and just kind of add to it, make your own collection. I'm sorry. But I usually get the whole set, 2 sets, because one time I left my keys in the machine, the whole set like this. I was testing the machine, didn't work, so I went to the bathroom and came back and the keys were gone. I just took a leak for like 5 minutes and came back and the whole set was gone. So if you're gonna buy a set, say you sell 79 bucks at Amazon, you can buy a set. Got the Caterpillar, got the case, the John Deere, the backhoe, Genie, everything. Even got the Doosan, all the John Deere. That's the John Deere right there. It's broken out. Got some more John Deeres. But you gotta be careful. Don't leave them in the machine because there's a ghost that comes around and in less than a minute, he'll just steal them. Okay, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No power at all. Customer said no crank, no start. That makes sense. Nothing comes on, no lights, no noises, no nothing. So let's check this out and see what the deal is with it. It's in neutral, but still the light will come on even if it was in neutral. If it wasn't in neutral, it will still come on. So let's check that out and see what the deal is with it. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is check the battery on this thing because it's completely dead. The key's on, but it does absolutely nothing. Nothing happens. It's completely dead. So I did check. You see we got a little battery stud here for jumping it off. This is a 12 volts right here. And then you just connect the ground anywhere you're going to get the ground. But that wire is disconnected here at the battery, so it does nothing. So the only way to actually jump it off would be to put cables in here. But the battery's completely dead, so it won't even take a charge. So we got to get this hood open. And for some reason, the way this is designed, this here won't open up unless you pick up the bucket in the air. And of course, you want to put the safety bar on there. But since there's no power, the battery doesn't work, then the engine can't crank and it can't pick it up. So if the battery's dead, you can't pick it up. You can't pick this up, you can't get in here. So what I usually do is, I get this little punch right here. Let me show you. You see, what you're going to have to do is remove this and this front piece all together. And the only way to remove it is to put a punch right here. You bang. So I've already removed it. You bang it with a hammer. See that long rod right there? That rod came out of here. And that holds this piece to this piece and that to the bottom. There's no way to get this open here without taking this piece off. And the only way to get it off is to remove that rod. You see that rod that goes out? It actually goes all the way down through here. So what I do is I always get a little punch. Harbor Freight, you can buy the whole kit for like $9, $7, something like that. You just kind of bang it with a hammer, a little bit at a time. And once you get the bar just about 6 inches out, once you get a little bit of it out, then you can just go on this side. Then what I do is I just get a pair of vice grips and I put it on the end and I just kind of twist it. Or I tighten it up and I bang the vice grip with a hammer and you pull the whole rod out. Once you get this, I also spray PB Blaster down through here, which is a lubricant and rust remover. You spray it on this little slots here, the little hinges. And you get the screwdriver on and you just kind of twist it until once you get this whole rod out, but you got to push it first from that end this way. And then once you get it out, then the whole thing just lifts up, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, now that the pin is out, we got to remove that thing right there. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this rod was right here all the way through. You use this little punch to push it out, and you pull it out of here like that. So now, first lift this part here, take it off, and set it to the side. the part that covers the batteries, you gotta pull this off too. It's a little heavier, so be careful. Okay, this is the battery that came out of it. I let it charge, and you see it's only 323, so it's a pretty new battery. I let it charge overnight, and it still doesn't heat juice. It's still on the charge overnight, but you can see it still only has 9.4 volts, so it's not taking the charge. It's no good. So we're going to need a new battery, and I'll talk with the owner and see if he wants to go buy it and bring it back. It's only showing 9 volts, and it charged all night long, so it will not hold a charge. The first thing we're going to do is check all the cables, make sure they're all connected. I noticed this one right here, it's not very good. You see how it's, all of the conductor is outside, and see how it's like crimped with a screwdriver and a hammer or something like that. So we probably need to buy this piece here and redo it, cut it off again, and re-crimp it with a mechanical crimper. You see this deal right here? I bought this deal here on Amazon. They're like 38 bucks. You just open it up like that. Yeah, like that. You open it up, squeeze it hard with one hand, like that. You put the cable in there, and then when you set it down, and you bang it with a hammer right here. So that crimps that cable really good. If you look in there and see the seat, oops, I dropped it. But you can see it does a really good job of crimping. And I've used these for years. You see how that little indentations are there, and then a little point? That gives it a really good crimp. So that way you don't have any doubt of whether it's making a good contact or not. This here was done with a hammer and probably a screwdriver or something. But if you look at the back, let's see if you can see the back, it will not be crimped, most likely. Okay, look at the back. You see, no crimp. So it's not making a good contact. So, and that could be a reason why you won't have a good contact. The battery could be going dead because it won't be getting a full charge, because you won't be getting power from the alternator coming back to here and going to the battery, so it won't charge. And eventually, once it gets down too low, it will not take a charge anymore. And this one here is not crimped well. That means only here and then the sides, the conductor is not being used. So when I replace this, we'll cut this off or pull it off. The way it looks like now, we can probably just pull it off. And you see all of this right here? That's not being used either, because it's not inside. So we'll probably end up, that causes sulfating. When you see how that green stuff in there, that sulfate, that happens because you got a bad connection. So what we'll probably do is cut it off right here, trim this back, put a new one on, and crimp it correctly. And then we'll put a battery on when we get one. Okay, so we couldn't get a battery because it's Sunday and the owner didn't want to spend extra money, so I just got it like this just to start it up. I got it connected to my truck over there. The positive going to this positive battery. This battery is way too small. It's an extra battery I use to test equipment with fuel pumps and stuff like that. So I just put the vice grips and clamped it onto the positive, and I clamped the negative onto this one, and I let it charge about 10 minutes so far. So what we'll do now, we'll see if it starts it up, and we'll go from there. It should. This is a used rebuilt battery that I got from Interstate Batteries. I took 12 used ones that were no good, and they gave me this one brand new one. So I got it connected here, and hopefully that'll be enough to get it started. The other battery was absolutely no good. Okay, remember this is that guard that was up there we had to take off to get to the battery. Okay, got the keys in here still. Let's see if we can crank up this time. Okay, started up, good. Okay, now we're gonna get to the big problem. Okay, that's it for this video. All we wanted to do was get it started on this video. So now what we're gonna do is I'll show you. We're gonna cut this off. So now we know it starts. So the alternator's good, battery's good. Now this is the big problem. This will be in the next video right here. You see that right there? This is the steering cylinders. See, it used to be this part here. It's supposed to be right here, but it's broken off. And if you look in here, you see that big space right there? It's supposed to be a bushing there. It must have fallen out. And then this one, if you look at this one's a big space on this one too. And the bottom one looks okay. Probably end up changing that one too. Let's go on the other side and take a look. These bushings here are worn out too, but he's not worried about that right now. But look at this right here. This is the next project. Look at that. This one is supposed to be there. And I guess both of them broke off because, see, if you look in there, it's got a big space. It's missing the bushing on the top piece. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's supposed to be a bushing in there, but it's not there. It's just, this part here is just kind of wobbling around and it's free. And I guess this piece here is supposed to be in there, I guess. So, this is the lock. I guess it's the lock. This is the one that swivels right here. So this is the one that has the play. So the bushing missing. It must have fallen out or got worn out. And those just broke off completely. So what we're going to do next is we're going to conclude this video. We got to start it. And then we're going to start working on this stuff here. And let's get to that. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you have hit that like button. Stay tuned. On the same machine, we're going to replace those backhoe tilt cylinders, the swing cylinders that go left and right. They're both busted off, and the cylinders are actually broken. So we're going to remove those cylinders and install new bushings. So stay tuned. We'll get to it.